ropes and had it on the line. Coming straight from a place where it ain't normal to shine. It's getting rich without trying.
Success to me look like you trying to reach the highest version of yourself every single day. No matter if you don't like it or not. Like, and I just feel like, and it sounds small, but I feel like they get you so far because a lot of people who are living just to live. They ain't live with no purpose.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Eye2EyewithJy. Today, I'm here with Indiana State running back, also from St. Louis or the Lou, Deion Brown. What's up, man? Today, we're going to be talking about just why Deion committed to Eastern Michigan coming out of high school. And we're going to talk about his decision to transfer to Indiana State. And since he's been at Indiana State, he's been battling injuries. So we're going to talk about just the mindset of staying locked in and preparing for his big moment. Today, we're talking about adversity, mental toughness, overcoming setbacks, and how he's preparing for his big impact this upcoming season. So let's get into it. So Deion, you said that you're from St. Louis. Talk about what it was like growing up in St. Louis.
So growing up in St. Louis, it was cool. Best thing to do was stay out of trouble. Stay focused on something that's gonna get you somewhere. Because you got a lot of examples. There's bad examples that do other things. But so I just stayed focused and hustled football the way somebody hustles something bad, something negative.
So what was just the environment like in St. Louis?
The environment, I mean, if you know anything about St. Louis, you know St. Louis ain't no good environment. But I can't say there's a lot of people out there who just hustle, like, you know, somebody trying to get it however they can. So everybody around you trying to do something. Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're around the right people, everybody trying to do something, trying to get out the environment, the negative environment that they in. But the environment it ain't the best, but
so you say there's like good parts and bad parts of the city?
Yeah, as any city is good and bad parts, but you know,
they gonna highlight the bad parts.
You know what I'm saying? So they gonna highlight the bad parts, but best thing to do is get about the bad parts first.
So how did the environment shape who you are today, just being from St. Louis?
For me, I feel like the environment shaped me in a great way because I got examples of what to do and what not to do. Like I said, like the way I do this football thing, I hustle like somebody might hustle the streets or something, like hustle something negative. Right. So boom, I got examples of, okay, this group of people do this, and I see the path they on, how far did they make it, and I got another example of, you know, this group of people do something else, and see how they make it, see who made it far. So, you know, you definitely learn from both sides of the story, but, you know, you just create who you is for real.
So when did you start to become, like when you start playing football?
I started at 6. I started playing at 6 years old.
6 years old? So when did football become serious for you?
I ain't gonna lie, football became serious before I even started. It's kind of crazy because, like, I don't know. I feel like football caught me. I ain't really caught football. Like, one of my earliest memories was, you know, going to my uncle's games, just wanting to get out there. Obviously, I couldn't, probably 3, 4 years old, something like that. But, you know, I just feel like that's what it was for me.
So what did your uncle do?
He don't play ball no more, but he just, you know, working, trying to make it happen.
So what was he like? Was he playing football? Like what type of game was he playing? Like arena or like?
No, he was in high school. High school football. He was in high school.
Going to his games.
He was going to his game. High school, before high school, going to college. He had a third. But, you know, I was young then. But yeah, that's what he played. High school football. Played in high school.
So you mentioned just like the rough parts of St. Louis. Like what is that? Or just like your journey, what does that mean? Like from like how you came up?
What you mean?
So like if just talk about more of like how you came up when you started to get football. You know, people got their own like ways on how they live life. Just like how did you stay focused on just football?
To me, I stayed focused on just football because, like I say, football came to me, so I was already knowing what was going on early on, what I need to do. I had got examples of, like I said, what to do and what not to do. So, you know, we had so for me, what was big on me is we had a little league football coach, and he knew, like, obviously, I was from the city we was from, and how all the negative people around you can do this and influence you through certain things. But for me, that was big because he stayed on us so hard that we almost had no option. We had no choice but to stay focused.
Yeah.
Because if we did, it was over with for just got to practice or if you heard about it.
Right.
So I mean, for me, just staying focused was, like I say, just the examples that I got was what allowed me to stay focused. Because if you got bad grades, you know how you talk about gotta have good grades, good and stuff.
Yeah.
But
you just treat that for your everyday life.
Treat that for my everyday life. If I got bad grades, if I did this, if I did that, like it was obviously kind of hard to stay focused, but easy at the same time because you ain't want to deal with the consequences.
I feel that. Yeah. So, what challenges early in life made you tougher?
I want to say what challenges in like early in life made me tough. I want to say like really having to take care of everything on my own. Like me being on my own, just coming up for like on my own for real, the way I came up. I feel like that's what made me tougher because, you know, as you get older, especially being a man, we learn a lot that, you know, it's really just us. You gotta figure it out on our own. Like, you know, you can lean on somebody for help, but they ain't gonna always be there.
Right.
So I had that same thing growing up. It really was just me. See what I'm saying? It's just certain ways, and I just had to, you know, lock in and figure it out myself. I feel like that's what made me tough for real. Having to figure out everything on my own.
What's up, y'all? We're on our second segment, and we're going to be talking about his journey in football. So, coming out of high school or in high school, how was the recruiting process for you?
For me, I thought it was gonna be excellent. Like freshman, sophomore year, didn't play varsity the way I thought I should have. But I thought it was gonna be excellent. But then I had broke my arm. I think I broke my arm my fourth game.
Fourth game of your sophomore year?
No, my junior. My bad. Okay. On my junior year, when I started playing, I broke my arm my fourth or fifth game. I can't even remember. I broke my arm.
Right.
And then I ain't played the rest of that season, so I really only had 4 or 5 games. But they really didn't do nothing. I had did so much in the 5 games that they had helped me that like it had all eyes on me. But my biggest downfall for me was the fact that I was 5'9" and 165. So and then you know we had when we was in high school, 2023, you know, that was
COVID.
COVID was before that, and then leading after that, the other big thing was NIL and the transfer portal opening up.
Yeah.
So for me, I broke my arm. I was 165, but I was getting a lot of calls from other people, like these schools, and they just like, we want to take you or transfer. Yeah.
So that was your recruiting process.
That was my recruiting process. Yeah.
Okay. So you was the first, like one of
the first batch. The first batch of dudes who they ain't know what they want to do, and they gonna take 1 high school, 2 high school, this, that. I was that batch. Yeah.
So what was it like just getting that Eastern Michigan offer?
Gonna be honest,
yeah,
I was hella bad when I got that offer.
You was mad?
I was mad but it was only because like the attraction for me was so high,
right? That
I didn't even think about schools like that. So I'm saying,
so what was your first offer?
My first offer was Colorado. Nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy, but like I say, like the amount of stuff I had did like in my first 4 games, like traction was just hella high for me, like on some other stuff.
So when did you start getting recruited? Like your junior year?
So I started getting recruited my junior year.
Okay.
My junior year was when I started getting recruited. You know, junior year, most important year, but
yeah. So why did you feel like? So you was mad about the offer. What made you feel like it was the right school to commit? Just fast forward.
I feel like it was the right school to commit. Well, technically, I ain't gonna lie. I really committed to play it safe, but I did like the school though.
Okay.
And I liked the love I was getting for them. I liked it. The coach. The coach was messing with me heavy. He stayed on my line. Yeah. He stayed on my line, and we was cool. Like we was locked in. So okay, cool. I'm gonna be out here. So I committed there. You know, and that was it.
So you committed, and you told me that you enrolled early. What was just like the process, or how was your thought process on going to school in the middle of like your senior year? Because you did your senior year for the first half, and then you were in college the second half. So how was that process?
So I wanted to get out of St. Louis. I wanted to get out of the environment. We talking about, like I say, the environment negative. So I wanted to get out of St. Louis the fast as I could and get to doing what I want to do as serious as I want to do it. Yeah. And like I said, I was 165, so I was already thinking like, okay, cool, I need to go do this, I need to put on weight, do this, do that, and I need to, start my journey.
Right.
But I feel like for me it was cool. Like I know a lot of people don't like that transition, they get homesick, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's coming up different. Like I say, I came up and just had to deal with a lot of things on my own. So for me, making that transition was easy. It just was what happened when we got there. Right.
So did that commitment feel like when you committed to that, did you feel like you got validation for all the work that you was putting in?
Nah.
No?
I mean, I feel like it was a step. Everything always a step. So I feel like it was just a step. But validation for all the work I put in,
not yet. What's up, y'all? This is part 3 of Deion's journey, and we're going to be talking about his decision to transfer. So, in the portal, what was the process of being in the portal?
Slow motion. The way I transferred, it was in slow motion, and you had to be patient. You had to work while you wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you transfer? Like what semester?
So I transferred after spring ball in 25. So that's the second semester. That's really the point for what we use at the EMU. Really the point, like right before spring break. I mean, not spring break, summer break.
Okay.
Right after spring ball, I helped them for.
Yeah. So what year was that for you? That was your second year or third year?
That was going into my third year. So last year was going into my third year of 2025. Right. April 11, 2025. That's when I transferred. So that was going to my third year.
Okay. So what led to the decision to leave EMU?
What led to the decision to leave EMU for me was the fact that I knew I was doing everything right. Not to say like I'm a big head stuff, but
right.
I was doing what I was supposed to, but when nothing else happening. So if I'm doing what I'm supposed to, and I'm
controlling the controllables.
I'm controlling the controllables.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that nothing else changed. It's time for me to go. Okay. So I knew it was just time for me to go.
So what was the hard part? Like what was hard making that decision? Or was it just easy?
The hardest part about making the decision was the way I was transferring in my situation was not knowing where I was going to go. That was the hardest part for me. But making the decision was easy because I knew that it wasn't, I had no more time.
You felt like it was over. So what was you thinking during the transition? Like, all right, I'm in a portal now. I just got to find me a new home.
What was I thinking in the transition?
Because you said you committed, you transferred during like before break, or after the semester ended, right?
No, I transferred. Technically the semester was in then, but
yeah,
it was still like a couple weeks or a week left. I had all online classes.
Okay.
But I transferred right after spring ball.
So just like what was your thought process? Because like you made it home, right? You went home before you found like
yeah.
Okay, so like what was it like?
What you mean? My thought process just going home, back
just
home.
Going home and then like you just don't have another college right now.
I ain't gonna lie. Life was so crazy at that point. I don't even know. I knew I was gonna end up somewhere because like my film, but even though I ain't had no stats, that was too crazy. But I don't know. I just had to trust. Like I really just had to trust God and trust my coach. To be honest with you, I mean, it was a crazy transformation. It was a crazy transition. But yeah, I don't know.
So who helped you in that process?
Well, my head coach. He was in the league. So
for like high school or
high school.
Okay.
Head coach. But crazy part is people from EMU was calling around to help me too though. That was the crazy part. Like,
that's love.
Like that, the running back coach and the head coach was calling. Like they even called them. They called Indiana State. Oh, I think they knew somebody from her, Coach Bear or something. But,
so what was your process into coming to Indiana State? What made Indiana State the right fit for you?
I just wanted who wanted me.
Yeah.
So I seen that they wanted me, and I hopped on board. I had conversations with other people. People try to sell you a dream.
Yeah.
Act like they want you. They don't really want you.
They just doing their job.
They just doing their job. I ain't trying to be another number. So I just wanted me to say who wanted me, and I took that trip.
So what did you learn? What experience did you? What did that experience teach you in the transfer portal?
Damn, what did that teach me in the transfer portal?
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye, God can change your life.
That's what's up.
Because I waited I wasn't there for hell. I wasn't there for like a whole month or I don't know. It feel like it was so long that I was in there. I didn't get a call for a minute.
So when you entered the portal, it was like phone dead, phone dry. So when did you start getting like calls? Like what time did you commit to Indiana State? Like July?
Nah, so this was when the 2 portal window was open.
Okay.
So this wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I had got in the portal, and you know you had like a little 10-day period. You probably don't know because you weren't in the portal, but you had like a little 10-day period to get in. Boom, I was in there. But I didn't start getting calls to like the end of May.
Oh, okay.
Like or mid-May, something like that. I didn't get calls to like mid-May, end of May. But then that transition happened so fast because you got the call, and then boom, you hop on the road to come look at the school, this and the third. But the waiting process before that was a while. Phone drive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got people egg you on, saying that they like you, this and that third, and don't heard from them no more. So it was just crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy. I wouldn't. Anybody who transfer my situation, I wouldn't. You know, I don't recommend it always.
I feel that. So what vision did you have when you got here?
What vision did I have when I got here?
Yeah, like when you was just like, all right, this is the right school. Like, what was you envisioning when you was like, all right, I'm gonna come to Indiana State and I'm gonna just make my name for myself?
Really did. Just make my name for myself. So everybody what they been missing out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. So what excites you most about this opportunity, like a second chance?
What excites me? I mean, I don't know for real. I feel like what excites me the most is just like I feel like it was already written. Like I was supposed to come here regardless if I knew it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So what excites me the most is the fact that I get the opportunity to fulfill a part of my journey to get to where I'm going next.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel that.
We're gonna be on our 4th segment. We're gonna be talking about just Deion battling injuries and just his mindset throughout the injuries that he had. So when you got to Indiana State, you had some other obstacles and challenges that you had to face. So just talk about what was it like entering like from the fall camp and just your process on what you injured.
So during fall camp.
Yeah.
So basically, I had tore my in fall camp. I think it was like the 2nd week. I wasn't even out there for real, but I think it was the 2nd week, and I had strained whatever I did to my hip, strained my hip, and then I was out the rest of fall camp, and then tried to come back versus EIU. It was okay, I guess. But I had not practiced for a month, and then I had tore it in Indiana when we played Indiana.
Okay.
Right.
So you tore your hip?
So I had tore my adductor basically.
Okay.
Tore my adductor, completely tore my adductor. That's just by I just be saying the hip because everybody know what an adductor is.
So how difficult was the process of being injured?
For me, it was real hard. I ain't gonna lie, and it was harder on me than I really thought that was going on until I was able to sit back and reflect. And it was really just super hard on me because 1, I knew the goals that I had, and then 2, all the stuff I had been through before that, and then some other stuff was happening.
Right.
It just was like, man, something else. So that's why it was so hard on me. And then, yeah.
So like, what was your thought process when you got injured?
My thought process really was trying to get back. And I feel like I was trying to get back faster than what I needed to. I really just needed to, chill out,
Relax,
and let go and let God. You know what I'm saying? But I was trying to just control everything because I wanted stuff to go this exact way, the way I see my mind letting it happen instead of sitting back, relax, letting God do work.
So what was the hardest part mentally about just being on the sideline?
So the hardest part being on the sideline for real, knowing what I can do, like we talked about earlier with the second chance that I got.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like I say, I was just trying to do. I just thought that it wasn't supposed to go that way. That was the hardest part about being on the sideline.
So what was like? Did you have any doubts, or just did you feel like you let your teammates down when you was like, okay, it's my second chance. I don't really know these guys, but I'm trying to prove myself. At the end of the day, I'm trying to prove myself. I'm trying to prove it to myself that I can play at this level, and then just injuries just keep happening and happening, or just like an obstacle.
I don't think it was no doubts for me, cause like I feel like I didn't feel like at that time I had let my teammates down because they didn't really know
What we could do.
So I'm saying they didn't really know. They don't really know how to wait. So, but it's just like I just feel like I was just taking up space. Not saying I was just another body on the sideline, but just the fact that I couldn't do what I know I do. That was the part that was eating me alive, because it's just like I don't know. It's just something about just people not knowing that I'm around what I do.
Yeah.
They just get to me for real. So yeah.
So how did you stay engaged when you couldn't contribute physically?
And I don't even know. Like I was just so hurt by the fact that I had got injured. Like I feel like I was trying to stay engaged, but it was hard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was a crazy journey. Like I don't know. I mean, I stayed engaged by just knowing like, okay, the goals I got for myself. But other than that, I just felt like I don't know. I just felt all type of out of place, out of way.
So did you feel just like, how was the feeling of like being in a new environment and like you just injured now, and like you just got to go through your day-to-day process of like trying to get back right, but you're still in the unfamiliar area because you only been here for 3 months before you got injured?
Yeah.
So just how was that process?
Stuff like that, I don't really care about, because I mean, I don't know. It's just I can adapt to anywhere I go. Like any environment, anywhere I go, I can adapt to it. So I didn't really care about that. Like even when I left home, like I told you, I left home with EMU. Mm-hmm. I was out there for however long, and I didn't really care. Like it was what it was. I could adapt to the environment. It really was just me just being out here and just, I don't know. During that time, I just felt like I was alone. But I ain't gonna lie, being out here in this environment, like you said, being for 3 months before that, mm-hmm. I feel like it helped me a lot because I was forced into isolation, right?
Yeah.
Like I was forced into isolation and forced to figure it out. So I feel like me being out here for that time and had gone through what I was going through with my injury, mm-hmm. if that didn't fall account, I feel like it helped me a lot because I didn't have no distraction, no noise, no people saying this, people saying that, or anybody just distracting me. I just had to go through my phase. Yeah. So I feel like it helped me.
So you feel like that just got you mentally tougher on what you can like go through in life?
I wouldn't say it got me. I guess you would say it got me mentally tougher, but I wouldn't really say that. I just say it just got me more of understanding how to go about life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what that was.
So what kept you pushing through?
Really just me and my goals on myself. Like, I mean, that's really what kept me pushing it. I mean, I just got to adjust. Like, that's all I had to do was just adjust. So I think that's what kept me pushing. But it was hard though.
So what goals do you got for yourself? How do you see yourself?
So I got a lot of goals for myself. I ain't gonna lie, but it's just trying to fulfill my purpose. And if my purpose is what I think it is, it's real high. So that's what keeps me motivated.
Yes, sir. So what did your injury teach you about yourself? Because something that like I felt like when I got injured, I got injured on both my feet. So and during both those injuries, I learned more about myself throughout the process. Like the first injury, I started to figure out, all right, what do Jack like to do? Like what's a hobby that Jack can do? And then once I got injured the second time, I started to figure out, all right, what do I want to do in life? Like I was in college when I got injured the second time. So it's like, when that football's taken away from you, what are you going to do in life? So what did just the injury teach you about yourself, or what did you learn about yourself throughout the injury?
To me, the injury for me taught me that I try to control too much of my journey, if that makes sense. On a level of, like I say, what we talked about earlier, everything that you do in life, everything you go through in life is already written. God already written for you. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I tried to go against God, if you understand what I'm saying. Not on crazy stuff, but
you try to like write it. You
try to write my own story.
Yeah.
Instead of being in the car, driving the car, and letting God give me direction. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I feel like I just try to control everything too much. And I just realized that just going back, thinking about the stuff I went through in high school, thinking about the stuff I've been through in my life, just trying to control everything and write, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's got to go that way. If not, I'm tripping.
Right.
So I think the biggest thing I had to do was learn to let go and let God. And, yeah.
I like that. So how did those setbacks change your perspective?
Perspective of what?
Just life.
Their life. One, I feel like them setbacks taught me that life not really as serious as we all make.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, the things that we go through, a lot of times we, depending on how bad it is, like sometimes we beat ourselves up too much. Beat ourselves too much. Sometimes people even trying to get faded with themselves. But instead of just understanding it ain't really that serious, because in a couple of years, if you do what you're supposed to do, it's all gonna go away. Nothing hard lasts forever.
Yeah. So I
feel like that's what they taught me. That nothing gonna last forever. But you do gotta do what you gotta do when it's on.
So how have you built your mindset through this adversity?
Be ready for whatever. Control what I can control. I mean, if I just align with my best version of myself every day, eventually you're gonna get to where you wanna be. It's gonna be ups and downs, but don't never let the down stop you from going up.
And then one thing I want to talk about is just what advice would you give athletes dealing with setbacks?
Keep going. I mean, it's gonna be hard one day, it's gonna be easy the next. But if you just keep going, align with your higher self, you're gonna be alright. Oh yeah, you're gonna be alright, you're gonna be straight.
And then one thing I want to talk about, you've been talking about God and how like you let God control like the plans. Who taught you to put your faith in God?
Who really taught me to put my faith in God? I wouldn't even say necessarily she taught me to put my faith in God, but my granny like really introduced the spiritual side to me, like just coming up. I feel like football was introduced to me. Yeah. I feel like God was introduced to me as well, like at a young age. Like them were two things that I knew. Didn't really take it serious until started to learn. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like my granny. That's what that was taught. That's what that was instilled in me.
That's good, bro. So, what keeps you motivated every day?
What keeps me motivated every day is really me, like the goals I got for myself, what I feel like my calling is, and the fact that how many times I've been counted out, how many times people look past me, but then try to appreciate me later. I feel like that's just an ongoing cycle of that. So we get ready to be appreciated later again.
Yes, sir. What's up, y'all? We're gonna be wrapping up today's episode, but before we wrap it up, we got our last segment, and we're gonna be talking about just Deion's mindset going into this football season. So one thing I want to ask you is, how hungry are you heading to this football season, bro?
Starving. I ain't gonna fake it. I'm straight starving. Like I say, we've been counting out. We've been through this. We've been through that. Kick while you down. Learn when you learn when you go through phases like that.
Yeah.
So, starving.
So, what are you focused on proving this year?
Proving as far as what?
Just like
on the field?
On the field, to yourself, just like... what do you focus on the most going into the season?
Everything you've been through before was worth it. It was all supposed to teach you. So once you get into that moment, when you do take over, and what come with that, it was all just phases that you went through, but I went through it for a reason. So I feel like that's what I focus on the most. But on the field wise, like I said, I just focus on going out there and being me, because I used to overthink, trying to be somebody else other than myself. Not somebody else, but trying to do too much instead of just being myself.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, and myself was the only thing I needed to be.
Just be 100% authentically you.
Be on the field wise.
That's what I liked about just like being here. Like one thing I realized when I first got here is like just seeing like everyone's mindset and seeing everyone, like the team, they'll let you be you. Like they don't like, you can't, like if you fake it, they gonna see it. Everyone sees like if someone's faking it, but like if you just if you just be 100% yourself, like the team gonna allow you to do that. And that's what I appreciate about this team is just like seeing like when I first got here, I'm like, dang, like these transfers came in, they start acting how they like act like 2 weeks in. I'm like, I'm still trying to get to know people. I'm still trying to like figure out if I can just open up and be authentically myself. And then that's when I talked to Coach Bear, and he was like, Jack, you transferred here and you forego your graduation at Roosevelt to come here at Indiana State. So like now at Indiana State, what are you going to be? Like how is Jack going to be at Indiana State, and who is Jack at Indiana State? So that's why like ever since I come back, I just had a different mindset of like, this is who I am. I'm just going to be 100% me and just go all in it, because you only know how to be yourself, you know? Because like you can look back in life and just like, all right, what do you like to do? And then now it's like your time to just be 100% yourself and just do it everything at 100%.
Yeah, I did peep that though. Yeah, this when people first got here. Like, and when we transferred in, like last year was different, but when y'all transferred in there, I like that y'all was just 100% y'all.
Yeah.
That was cool. It did happen fast.
It happened quick.
Fast.
I remember like Willie, he just came in, he started chatting. I'm like, bro, like he just himself. And then Tyler starts to show a little more personality. I'm like, yeah, bro, like these guys they just becoming themselves, and then the team just allowed them to do that. Like they ain't have no one talking bad about them, which is all good vibes.
Yeah, but it's good though. That's what we don't need to win though. Everybody being themselves. Like I say, for me, I feel like just preparing for football, sometimes I used to try to be something other than myself, try to do too much. See somebody else do this, okay, I'm gonna try this. See somebody try to do that, I'm gonna try that. Instead of just preparing the way I prepare, getting on the field and doing me.
So how did you like, when you're in your process on like preparation, like how did you get to the point where you just like, all right, if I'm injured or not injured, this is how I'm going to prepare for every like game or every practice?
I feel like that start up here for real, like, and that just start with how you carry yourself in your life, and it just transition over into the field. If you got a plan every single day, whatever happens, I don't care if you lose a toe, an arm, whatever you do, you still got to prepare. You still got to show up every day. Yeah. Like we talked about, you a man at the end of the day. Everybody don't care about them. You know, you already know how it is. Yeah. You know how it is. So everybody don't care. Don't nobody care about how you feeling, what you're going through until it's time you tell that story. Yeah. So you got to have a plan regardless of what you're going through, good, bad, or ugly.
So what is one thing you everyone's going to see about you, everyone's going to know about you this coming year, or that you want to prove to, like, not even prove to people, just like, what do you want people to see coming from you this year?
They don't see I'm him. That's just it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, they don't see I'm me, and the whole time I just been trying to be me. Just, I don't know. They don't see it.
Yeah. So to double down on that, just like what would making an impact mean to you? Or like how does Deion impacting Indiana State football, like what does that look to you?
Like what is it gonna mean to me?
Like how does that look for you? Like what is that, like if you want to prove it, like me, I just want to become a full complete player. Like I want to just like, I know there's guys counting on me, and I know I'm counting on other guys, but I gotta do what I gotta do to be right, you know? Like I gotta make sure that I gotta be on top of my game because I know someone's relying on me. So like, what does like impact look for you on the field? How do you want to impact the game, I would say?
For me, I feel like my impact. I feel like I gotta take the more of the vocal for real. I ain't really too vocal because I don't believe in saying. I don't believe that saying too much do a lot. Like sometimes people can overstep, overtalk. But for me, I feel like saying stuff when you're supposed to say something or make sure everybody on point, don't taking no BS.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's going. I feel like that's how I impact Indiana State because we gonna be on point, but it's gonna be times where you want to fall off that road.
Yeah.
But you gotta get back on that path. So making sure everybody on point. Hold myself to the highest standard I'm holding everybody else to every day. Eliminating mistakes and just winning games.
Yeah.
Because if you make sure you're on point in the hard times of practice and fall camp when you feel like doing this, feel like doing it, that game gonna come easy. So I feel like that's where I gotta take that next step of just, putting my voice out there when it's needed. But for me, I talked to coach about this too. Like for me, I just feel like it'd be hard because, like I said, I've been out. So I've been hurt. So I'm saying I've been out.
It been like it be
so
like
I'm saying
that.
I've been out. I've been, injured. I ain't been doing this, ain't do that. I ain't do spring ball. I had one practice of spring ball. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't really be saying too much. But
because you feel like I just feel like that's just in football players. If you like show yourself on the field, like the words are gonna hold more weight. Like
and it ain't even necessarily that. Cause I ain't even say you gotta be out there and be Tavon Austin. I'm just saying you gotta be out there putting in work. If you ain't putting in work with your guys, you can't say nothing. Like if you out there slacking, BSing, I ain't doing what you supposed to do, you can't say nothing to me.
The word's not gonna hold no weight.
Regardless of how old or young you is, what you do, it don't matter. You can't say nothing. So that's why I ain't really been saying too much. But when it get to that time, it's gonna get to that time, and it's gonna be it.
Feel that. So let's just talk about football. I mean, what statement are you trying to make this year?
Statement I'm trying to make. We finna turn to something into something from nothing. Cause
leaving this place better than where we found it.
See what I'm saying? Better than when we found it, because we'd have been looked down, we'd have been kicked while we down, like I say. Look past, but it's different this time. I ain't gonna fake it. It's straight different this time. And it's time to wake the world up. Let them, we ain't playing no more. Because we did a lot of playing before. Last year, was a lot of playing going on.
Right.
Until Muz got that one last lick of how I feel being down. When you been down for so long, the only thing you can do is try to come up.
Because you don't want to stay down.
So I'm saying, it's that time.
Yeah. I like that. I just like that mindset. I feel like that's the mindset that the team needs. Because, like, the mindset I feel like the team is from when I got here was, like, we got a lot of young guys, got a lot of guys that, like, haven't had too many college reps, but, like, now it's their time. Now it's, like, everyone's time to, like, hey, I got to prove myself to, like, this is, like, I'm who I say I'm supposed to be. I feel like that's what everyone's mindset is. Everyone's mindset is like, all right, now it's time to like take it up a notch because I've been in college. I know how college is supposed to work, and now it's time to prove who I am. I feel like that's the vibe with the team, and you can sprinkle in a couple old heads like that, have the culture, the structure, the program. But I like the vibe and the mindset of the team. Just trying to like we hungry. We trying to we was down last year. We trying to prove that like we could be. Like we're a sleeping giant in this conference.
For sure. Sleeping giant. But we gotta prove that we the giant first.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But the thing is we can't do is get comfortable. I feel like we be getting a little comfortable sometimes. And I really feel like, that's how it be when you're in a dog day, doing something consistently and it get repetitive and it get tiring. But you gotta stay locked in and remember how you felt when you was down. You don't ever want to go back to that.
Yeah.
So we gotta stop getting so comfortable and continue to stack them gold brick days like Coach Bird was talking about. Little maybe we ain't like it, but that's real deal when you said that though.
I like that. So let's just talk about like outsider football. Why is generational wealth important to you?
Why is generational wealth important to me? Because I feel like it's people, especially those who go through a lot more than others. I feel like I say, you remember how I felt when you were down. You don't want nobody else to go through what you had to go through. Mm-hmm. So all the things I've been through, making a generational wealth and giving the game to somebody that come after me, I feel like that's important because I don't want nobody to have to make the sacrifices I had to make or do the things I had to do or be in a mindset I had to be in because it could have led to other things. Because everybody not as strong as the next person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why generational wealth is important to me. So you can set set those up who come after you to do something potentially better than you. Or have a better start.
So what does success look like for you outside of football? Or just beyond football?
Outside of football, beyond in life in general, I feel like just being on point every day, like success to me look like you trying to reach the highest version of yourself every single day. No matter if you don't like it or not. Like, and I just feel like, and it sounds small, but I feel like they get you so far because a lot of people are living just to live. They ain't living with no purpose. Or they just letting days go by and they stuck in
accustomed to the life.
You know what I'm saying?
The one that's like making a difference in life.
They ain't making a difference in themselves, but they complaining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like being successful is just being able to overcome whatever God throw on your journey. I feel like that's what's being successful is because whether you got 100 million, whether you got 10,000 in your bank account, you can still be successful. We are rich in our own ways.
Yeah.
With just being on point, keeping your head straight, not letting your circumstance eat you alive. I feel like that's being successful. Keep moving through the storm.
And one last question I want to ask before we get to our quick hitters would be, what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
In life or what? Life. I was able to overcome anything I went through. I always stayed solid, stayed 100. Understood and knew who I was and let nobody throw me off that track. And at the front of all levels, God, like I say, it was always already written.
Mm-hmm.
I just hadn't got it yet. So in 10 years, 20 years, how many of years from now when this video posted, to be able to look back and be like, boom, this is where I was at versus where I am now, that'll bring tears to your eyes. Yeah. Based on all the things you've been through and how you overcame it. So I feel like that's the legacy I want to leave for people to motivate them to just keep going no matter what they go through.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. And we're going to wrap up today's video, but before we wrap it up, we're going to be doing these quick hitters, going to be quick questions, one-word answers, or just something to get your mindset right. What was your favorite running back growing up?
AP, Marshawn Lynch. Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. All right. What was the toughest part of rehab?
Staying consistent, being in there, well, you want to be in the field.
One word to describe your mindset.
One word. Hustle.
Biggest lesson adversity taught you.
Biggest lesson adversity taught me. Gotta wake up and do it again.
I felt that one. I definitely felt that one.
So,
Deion, I appreciate you for being on my podcast. And I think this episode is powerful because this shows that success isn't a straight path. There are setbacks, adversity, injuries, and moments that test you. But what matters is how you respond. Deion's journey is not just about resilience, faith in the process, but staying ready for his opportunity. Definitely excited to see what he does this year. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to another episode of Eye2Eye. I'm your host, Jack Young Jr., and we out.
Against the ropes and had it on the line. Coming straight from a place where they know I'm gonna shine.